bicep workout. Relax.
Relax.
Relax. It was not supposed to go down this way. It really wasn't supposed to go down this way. Damn, Anderson! That looks painful! You'll just never learn, will you?
Good job. No weaknesses.
Get him, Gunner. No, you son of a bitch!
Well, Taz, I am amazed at Mr. Anderson's resiliency, but I can only imagine how much worse that beating is going to get.
It's going to be bad, Mike. I mean, Lord knows it's going to be bad. I mean, I feel for Anderson. Just put it that way. But right now we have our guest analyst here for the Bound for Glory series, Matt Morgan, with Blueprint making his way over here. Big Matt, how are you, bud?
Blueprint's going to join us on commentary. His analysis in this Bound for Glory series, big four-way matchup, our Impact Wrestling main event. Headsets on, and we're going to take a look at the updated Bound for Glory series leaderboard. And it is the undefeated Crimson still sitting atop the leaderboard. But with the victory earlier tonight, Bobby Roode has moved into second place with 35 points, while Immortals Bully Ray and Gunner, and they're going to be involved in this main event matchup, they are close behind. And up next, it's our Impact Wrestling main event. It's a four-way match in the Bound for Glory series. Since arriving in Impact Wrestling 8 months ago, no one's been able to pin the unbeaten Crimson. And when we return, it's the biggest test of Crimson's career. He's got to face 3 members of Immortal tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, as we return to Impact Wrestling, tonight's main event sponsored by 5-Hour Energy. 5-Hour Energy fixes tired fast. Visit 5hourenergy.com.
The undefeated Crimson here. What do you think of this, Matt? I mean, it's a 4 corners match, every man for himself, but it's 3 members of Immortal in this match.
You know what? You'd like to think that Immortal wouldn't gang up on him, so to speak. You'd like to think that the world title means a little bit more to them than just being friends with one another and having the others back. This is about the World Heavyweight Championship. I would die for the opportunity to be the world champion. And I'd like to think that the guys in Immortal would do the same, especially someone like Bully Ray. Bully Ray's gone a long time without a singles title, without a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity for that matter. I would like to think that that means a little bit more to him than just ganging up on the rookie, so to speak.
You're right. We heard Bully Ray. He was kind of saying that at the top of the evening while his brethren from Immortal was in the ring, and he was saying it quick because he didn't want them to think that Bully Ray, was going to go into business for himself. But I think he's got an agenda, you know what I mean?
Bully Ray with an agenda, really? Think so?
Yeah, a little bit. How is your rehab going with your pec and everything? How's that working out?
Much better. Right now, I'm 3 times ahead of the schedule where I was supposed to be, you know? So that's all I can do is keep busting my tail like I would in the ring in rehab. That's what I'm looking at.
Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and your main event is sponsored by 5-Hour Energy. 5-Hour Energy fixes tired fast. Visit 5hourenergy.com. And now, from Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida, it's time for your Impact Wrestling main event of the evening. A 4 corners matchup in the Bound for Glory series. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my right, he weighed in at 290 pounds and comes to us from Hell's Kitchen, New York, representing Immortal. He is Bully Ray. 3 & 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 Introducing also from Immortal, weighing in at 252 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia, he is Gunner! And introducing from the University of Michigan, weighing in at 265 pounds, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner! And your fourth and final competitor from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in this morning at 270 pounds, he is the undefeated Crimson!
A massive target, obviously, on Crimson in this thing. You can just see those three members of Immortal looking at him like he's a piece of meat.
You cannot turn your back on these guys, let alone any one of them, let alone all three of them.
Yeah, exactly.
And while the blueprint, Matt Morgan, tells us he'd like to think that Immortal's going to, well, think of the competitive nature of the Bound for Glory series. I've got to think that this is all about Immortal stacking the deck against Crimson. So many positives here in this match for Immortal. Number one, eliminate Crimson. He's number one right at the top of the Bound for Glory series and has been for weeks. Number two, snap that undefeated streak. And number three, at the same time, someone from Immortal, be it Bully Ray, Gunner, or Scott Steiner, they can move up the rankings.
And as to your point, Mike, the odds are in the favor of Immortal, obviously.
They are, but here's the question. Who do they go to out of the three guys? Is it Ray? Is it Gunner? Is it Scotty? And when that happens, do we see turmoil within Immortal?
That could happen. That definitely could happen. I guess we will see how that unveils here. Right now, two young guns right here. Crimson and Gunner. And Matt, I can just see you getting in there, mixing up with these two cats, I'm telling you.
I'm chomping at the bit. I feel like I'm in detention watching my friends out of recess playing kickball. I'm just driving me nuts.
I know, I can imagine. Right now, God, Mike, I'm sorry.
Gunner taking the offense to the undefeated Crimson, who drops it. First with the elbow, and then the follow move is the clothesline. Gonna fire him off into the corner, and here he comes out of the corner. Big time back body drop.
The big guy with a lot of height. You know that, Matt, when you get all the height like you do a Crimson, when you give a back drop to a guy, it's not a basic back drop. It's a long drop.
Here it is. Yeah, the cravat followed by those famous high lift knees, and then the neck breaker, which leads to a pin.
Crimson's doing the right thing here. He's trying to get in and get out. He's trying to get in, get a pin, hopefully, and get the hell out of the dodge while his head's still intact.
Totally agree. And that's what you got to do. You got to try and single one guy out if you're Crimson, stay with him, and hopefully they don't get some steam on you.
Watch this, Gunner goes for the quick cover, but you have to admit, the longer that this match goes, huge edge, huge advantage for Immortal. They've got the numbers.
Looks like now, it seems like Gunner has slowed this thing down. Gunner is out. Remember, it was a member of the U.S. Marine Corps mandate, 50 caliber machine gun. Crazed dude. Speaking of craze, there goes Bully Ray.
Did you notice how reluctantly, though, Gunner tagged in? Yeah. Bully Ray had to call him over 3 or 4 times, and all of a sudden, Bully Ray has second thoughts, and now Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner is legal. Certainly Scott Steiner and Crimson have a little history, don't they, Taz?
Yes, they do have a history. We've seen it was almost for a while that Steiner was kind of mentoring Crimson.
Yeah, took him under his wing.
Oh, man. Well, he almost ripped apart one of his wings right there. Look at these overhand rights by Big Papa Pump.
Well, you can relate to that, Matt. You've been in the ring recently with Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner on the receiving end of those shots.
What does a world title shot mean to someone like Scott Steiner at this, to this juncture in his career? I wrestled him. I faced Scott in that ring, and he's all about it. Trust me. To win the world title for Scott, I mean, that's what you could say. It's written all over his face. It means everything to Scott. It's what he hangs his hat on, being a former world champion. He would like nothing more than to recreate the match that he did and become champion all over again.
Gunner from outside with a knee to the back of Crimson. Steiner immediately follows, released, overhead, belly-to-belly suplex. Steiner for the cover. Here's 2.
And sometimes it's tough to pull off an overhead suplex on a guy a lot taller than you.
You know what, Taz? I'm going to cut you off.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I've noticed when I watch my matches back, you make mention about it's easier for a shorter guy when it's to suplex a larger guy. Sure. And you're hitting it on the head. It's absolutely right. It's easier for a guy to get their hips underneath someone like myself and pop us across the ring.
That's exactly it. I mean, because you're under them already.
Yeah.
And if you got your hips beneath the guy, you already got an advantage on him.
That's the kind of in-depth analysis that we get each and every week from our Bound for Glory series analyst, the Blueprint Matt Morgan, as well as Taz.
Well, thanks, Mike. Well, right now,
I'm putting you over, bro.
Yeah, that's rare. But Gunner trying to just pull some shenanigans, trying to choke out Crimson using that rope. I'll tell you what, boys, I don't like this undefeated streak lasting for Crimson by the end of this night.
Got to agree with you there. I mean, it's just too strong in terms of numbers, and now going to exploit that with a double-team suplex, Gunner and Steiner, and Gunner goes for the cover.
Can't be surprised. I mean, you're watching Immortal hit it. They're treating this thing like a handicap match.
This is the way Immortal runs. This is what they always do. It's gang warfare. It's what it always has been and always will be.
Referee's got to stop this. I mean, the guy's caught in a chin lock, and Steiner's kicking his chest.
We've seen those gang tactics throughout the night on Impact Wrestling, especially as it pertains to Mr. Anderson, courtesy of Immortal, and now it's their chance to take out Crimson.
I know what you're thinking sitting right here, Matt. You're thinking, go for a win. Somebody go for a pin and get yourself some points or a submission and advance.
There we go, Crimson. There we go.
Gonna try and mount a comeback. Sidestep. Gunner
Gorgeous.
goes right into Bully Ray.
Here we go.
Gunner's shoulders down. Crimson has done it.
Whoa! Gotta be kidding me.
In and out, boys. In and out. 7 more points for Crimson. Put them up on the board.
Talk about defying the odds.
Watch out.
Well, the World Heavyweight Champion, Kurt Angle, just dropping the undefeated Crimson.
And remember what Angle said earlier. He said he's going to take out the younger guys in Impact Wrestling one by one.
And he's clearly starting with Crimson. He took his freaking shoe off and he's beating him with it. Look at this.
The new World Heavyweight Champion, he will just not stop this attack on the undefeated Crimson. Oh, he's not done with him by any means.
Kurt Angle's a freaking animal. This guy is a machine I've never seen in my life.
I mean, Kurt Angle said Crimson's blood is going to be on Dixie Carter's hands. All the young guys. He's going to systematically take out the young guys. Now Kurt's going after that knee brace, that injured knee of Crimson with that supportive brace.
This is killing me, guys. This is killing me.
Yeah, I know. It's tough, I'm sure.
Using the brace as a weapon. Repeatedly to the back, to the head of Crimson.
That's a big, heavy, metal gauged, hinged brace. If Kurt nails this kid, it's going to do some damage, I'm telling you. Oh! Oh, don't leave that ankle out there. Oh, look at this. You know what he's going to do here. He's going to try and blow this kid's knee out, man.
Oh, my God.
He's going to pop his ankle off.
Come on, Kurt.
Oh, my God. What the hell is Kurt doing here? Well, obviously, Kurt Angle realizes that Crimson is a serious threat to win this Bound for Glory series, and he's taken out the top dog in the tournament.
Yeah, the leader, the man at the top of the leaderboard with 50 points. Angle's absolutely relentless. He said he's going to take out the young guns one